warming up emotionally, not physically warming
How's
up.
your badge look? Right side up.
It's right. It's correct.
Beautiful.
It's a little. There you go. Now it's straight too.
Okay, we're on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. We're shouting like the microphone's not on me anymore. Like projecting does anything, which it doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it helps with the Instagram. Does the
No,
does the Instagram get
Aha.
from the phone, or does it also get from the speaker?
From the microphone.
Wow, that's
So
incredible.
I'm yelling to just Dan at this point.
All right, Facebook's live.
Hi, Facebook.
Hello, Facebook.
IG is live.
Oh, everybody's here. Hello, everyone.
Here we are. It's Thursday.
There's a lot of things going on today. I think
There's a lot of things going on generally in this time.
yes.
Yeah. What's the first thing?
Birthday.
Yep,
We'll say today is 12 years.
we did it. We made it to 12.
Whew. That's a long
We're
amount of years.
solidly in the tweens.
We're
era.
almost one more year of tweens and before teens.
Yeah. And then
That's kind of
we're-
wild.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of it's incredible, is what it is.
Yeah.
It feels awesome. It's a nice big milestone. You know, it's like this is our birthday in that it is the day that we signed the papers to incorporate. But you know, you need something to sort of say that's the moment
it.
Volante Design started. Even if like the real the moment that we went viral was like September prior. But anyway, that doesn't matter.
Official.
This is
The
the official. This is
birthday.
officially Volante Design. It's when it went from being a DBA, a doing business as,
Yep.
to a proper company. So, as always, we are celebrating. Today we're celebrating with a new product on top of our normal celebrations.
And another. It should have just launched now. Spoiler alert.
What?
A gift card for this weekend only. Spend $1,000, get a $100 gift card. So
Sweet.
a lot of things even just today.
Yeah,
We
that's
saved
awesome.
Save the best for the birthday.
So we've got the Picard Admiral, based on what Patrick Stewart wears in season 3 of the Star Trek Picard series. As soon as I saw this design, like even in the promo shots, I was like, it's just slick looking. It's got the Star Trek vibe, but it's also, it's a little more sophisticated. It's not a uniform. It doesn't feel like a uniform.
Yeah.
It's almost unclear if it was a uniform, if it was just like heavily inspired by Starfleet in the universe of Star Trek.
Yeah. That
'Cause-
makes sense.
yeah, I
You
don't
still have your lines. You still have like your triangle.
You have the
kinda-
triangle and thing, but it's like extended. It's a little
Yep.
longer, so it's like it felt different.
It kind of goes a little bit, not that the uniforms aren't classy, but this takes it kind of like in that classy direction. More like you could wear this out,
Yeah,
not just like on the ship. So
yeah. It's a good excuse to make, I think, our first wool Star Trek jacket.
Yeah.
First wool Star Trek product.
So another milestone, big
Yeah.
milestone. And even though it's wool, it is nice and thin too. I've noticed that. Like it's not like we have the Dorian, which is like and the Doom coat, which is thicker
Yeah.
wool, but this is like thin.
Yeah,
Nice.
this is a little bit lighter weight. It's also, I mean, I took some elements from the 2401, like the leather jacket that we have, like the way the collar is done here, is more inspired by that than the actual series. I thought it just made it look kind of cleaner looking. It's almost
Yeah.
like a shawl collar, like a shortened shawl collar.
Yeah. Very nice. So that went on sale today for $395. As always, our Star Trek products are US only, just because that's where our license covers. So if you have a US address, we can absolutely ship that out to you. Any other fun things about this one? You have the badge pocket again.
Yeah, badge pocket as always. I don't think we have these badges. Do we have these badges?
We don't, but we're seeing what we can do. So they may.
We're trying to get them.
We're trying to get them. It's not a promise yet, but we wanted to at least show off the
Yeah.
proper badge.
This is the appropriate badge. Fansets does have this. I mean, you can buy it from Fansets or you can buy it from us.
Absolutely.
If we get them, great. We'll have them at Star Trek Las Vegas, etc. Yeah, I mean, I think I had thought initially that I would do this. Like it would look in the show. This is like the details a little shinier, and like a faux leather would have worked really well. but with the wool, the dry clean becomes really challenging. So we
Right.
went with a more matte sort of canvas texture. Make it.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It feels
It's
really
nice
cool.
and slick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I believe this is the double zipper again.
Yep.
So I don't know if we have that on all the Star Trek products.
No,
At least
just
this one.
this one is also longer than most of our Star
Yes.
Trek stuff. It's the length of our Seco jacket. It's the length of our I think it might be a little longer than the Discovery jacket, just a little, like another inch.
Yeah.
It makes it feel a little bit more like a blazer than our like sort of moto style ones.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it kind of sticks to that like classy, like upper officer vibe.
Yeah.
Yep. Sweet.
I don't want to say old man vibe, but it's old man vibe.
Refined.
Refined.
Refined. But we can always find a different word.
Yeah.
That's also marketing. You can always find a different way to say that. Sophisticated, refined, aged to perfection. I don't know.
Yep. I love it.
Inside pockets, yay.
Yep. We got an inside pocket. We have the
Of course.
inside badge pocket.
Yeah, and how does that work if nobody's ever seen our inside badge pockets?
Oh, the opening for the inside badge pocket is way up just above where, like, basically the pocket bag in here is in the right position so that when you put the magnet that holds your badge on into that pocket, that means you can. This is a cool one
Yeah,
because it's a bar.
the full bar
yeah.
versus just the.
So you can just put that in the badge pocket. That way you can wear your badge, and then you can just take the badge off, and you won't lose the magnet backing.
Yeah, another thing that I've seen about the magnet badges that are, in my opinion, cooler than like your traditional badge is that you're not gonna put holes in your coat. So it's just, you can wear it
It's
whenever.
the superior method for badges.
It is. And then like if you want to wear it more casually out and about and you don't want the badge, you're not like
Yeah.
wrecking your coat in the process.
You can also use that as a good opportunity to do the like, I'm done here, and put your badge down on the desk and then leave. Like it's a little bit of, it allows you to have a nice mic drop moment when you're hanging out with your other Trekkie friends.
You just have to make sure you go and grab your badge
Yeah,
back.
right. Yeah,
That's,
just
so that they
put it
don't
there.
steal it.
Yeah.
Because it probably seems like something your friends would want to steal from you.
The other thing I like about the magnet badges as opposed to the pin badges is that usually the way the magnets are designed, they're a little sturdier. Pin badges, because there's more height to them, they end up sort of drooping, especially on costumes. You see it a lot. Like
Yeah.
it like drags on it and it kind of hangs because it's got this like depth that the magnet doesn't need to have because it's
Right.
just got the cool magic of Earth.
The magic of
Yeah.
Earth.
Not quite a question, but hopefully we can get a response here. So he says, I don't understand the function behind a double zipper other than to annoy me.
Fair enough. I think whenever I've made a jacket that goes down below sort of the belt line, I've had enough comments of people being like, a double zipper makes that more comfortable so that if you are sitting or if you want, this at this length, it's like just on the edge of whether or not it's like useful to have it, but it does allow you to sit down and have a little bit more mobility there and be able to still wear your jacket closed. To be honest, at a length like this, I will usually just open my jacket because it's a blazer length, and if you're sitting, you should open your jacket.
Yeah.
But it's just a little bit more convenient, although I do understand that until you get really comfortable with it, it can be kind of a pain.
Yeah.
My best advice to make it not a pain is to not think about it. And I mean that as in just literally do it and don't think too hard about it.
Don't psych yourself out.
Don't psych yourself out. It's just make sure that obviously the poles are both all the way together, and then you can just like kind of do it without.
Yeah, I've noticed too on our trenches, that's where it's really like
Yeah.
a lot, like it's kind of needed, because if you're trying to get something, you think if you're wearing a trench, it's probably cold out, or at least not summer weather.
Yep.
And if you want to grab something out of your pocket, phone, wallet, why have to like get all out of your coat, get something out of your pocket. It just kind of helps with that extra mobility.
Yeah. Yeah, like on the replicant or something like that, being able to get into your
Absolutely.
pocket. The Augment C2 doesn't have a double zipper, and it's the same kind of length. And comparing them directly, I would have liked to have put a double zipper on that one.
Yeah.
It was worth, sort of trying to see what it's like and see how it, what the feedback that we got. But I think in the end, that's the reason for a double zipper. I recognize that there is an annoyance sometimes to using it.
Fair.
Yes.
Very
There's
fair.
added practicality at the expense of frustration.
Very fair.
So what else we got?
So what else?
So we got this big gift card sale.
Big gift card sale. It started a few minutes ago. So literally now through Sunday night, Sunday into Monday, midnight, however you want to look at that, 11:59 p.m. EST on Sunday. If you spend over $1,000 online, you get a $100 gift card on Monday. So that is something exciting, especially because we also have our New Game Plus sale right now.
Our New Game Plus sale is going. It's a good opportunity to just snatch up everything that you've been looking at before it goes away forever, and get a little 10% back.
Absolutely. And it's our birthday, but y'all are getting the gift. So that is just one of the first gifts. I think we have a question.
We got a few. So first one is, are they zipper pockets?
No, these are not zipper pockets.
And someone asked, will you bring back the Fox?
We will not bring back the Fox. That's a licensed piece, and it's with our Ubisoft license, which we no longer carry, so we cannot do it as a licensed product.
Yes.
And otherwise, there's no intention. We have no intention of bringing back that style right now.
Someone asked, not sure if this was asked already, but will you be bringing this to Trek Long Island?
If we're going to Trek Long Island,
are.
yes.
Yes,
Okay,
we
yeah.
are. We are. I'll answer that. Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Probably question mark. And I say probably because if everybody buys it next week, no.
Right, yeah.
So really, it's going to depend on y'all. I just thought of something too. This is the first potentially Volante product that goes up to size 57.
Oh, that's right.
Dun-dun-dun.
We've added a size 57. Thank you for the reminder, or thank you for remembering. We're trying it out. We always try to add sizes whenever possible, and when it comes to something like this has only one colorway, it makes it easier for us to split up the sizes.
And we've already sold one, so we know
really?
there's a market for it.
Sweet.
Right? People have been asking, especially the Star Trek products. I feel like we've gotten a little bit more of like the please, go it to 57 or kind of over the 55 range. So very exciting. It's
We also
the first
added,
product in
the
general.
49 to the women's product, starting with the Star Trek products.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's that's the biggest size we've done, I think so.
Someone asked, can we see more releases in blackout colorway? Goth is in.
Goth is always in.
When was Goth out? Never.
Goth has been in for 2,000 years. Well, 1,500 roughly.
We're not going to get into the semantics. Will it come back?
Yes, Blackout will come back. Blackout will always be here with us.
In our hearts. And in our highlighter.
I can't think of the next. I wouldn't tell you what it was anyway if I knew, but I can't think of the next one that has a actual blackout color in it.
I don't think there's anything in the near horizon. How about that?
Okay.
But it's not a possibility.
All black. It always feels like, thinking about it, like it always feels like a little bit of a waste because of the amount of detail that we put into it and the top stitching and all that stuff. But it's not. Assuming that there is like a decent light, you still get to see all that detail, and it becomes a little bit more subtle, as insofar as we make anything that's subtle.
Yeah. And I found like even this piece that I'm wearing that we're going to talk about a little bit more soon, the AH4 and Gilded Carbon, I found that these are my next best thing to black, is just like a singular, very thin accent color. So this is just top stitching to provide some accent color. But if you're someone who maybe likes a little splash of color with your goth self, it kind of curbs that a little bit.
Yeah.
someone commented 57 is showing sold out already.
Oh, wow.
So we
Okay.
know.
Wow. Okay.
Well, thank you.
And someone asked if a purchase was made on the first day of New Game Plus sale, does it qualify for the gift card?
It does not, to my knowledge. That started at 4 p.m. today. So that starts today. That's going to run through Sunday night, end of the day Sunday. And this is going to be my segue into our next kind of topic, which is RFOs are coming Monday. So if you want a gift card for $100 in preparation for RFOs, this weekend might be a good time to do it.
And someone asked, when Assassin's Creed collab coming back?
Who knows? There is no current plan. We only just let it go 6 months ago, 4 months ago.
You got to let us grieve. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why you're asking.
What?
Nothing.
Were we hiding things? Oh.
There may have been a couple on the rack from RFOs that don't.
Oh, some samples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, samples. Yes.
Yeah. So there is we have other things that we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna try and get those going, and then seeing how Assassin's Creed goes over the next few years, there might be a time.
Yeah. I mean, I think too, like, since it was a franchise that was with you, especially being the designer, owner, for a long time, like, there's still going to be things that are inspirational that kind of somehow bleed in, even subconsciously, I think.
People say our stuff looks like Assassin's Creed even when it doesn't have a hood. So
Yeah. So.
the Kage jacket, Sekko vest, battle skirt, Talon thing, that's Assassin's Creed. That's a modern assassin right there.
Yeah.
We should maybe do that in white and red. That'd be nice.
You're the man to make it happen.
That'd be very cool.
Someone asked, when is the next RFO sale?
Great question. As we segue, Monday. So we're only doing it one day this time, especially with everything else going on. This is a lot of what you'll see here. There is more than this. This isn't just everything.
Some of that's showing on the widescreen formats like YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know
but
if
not
Instagram could see this.
Half of it's in vertical.
Okay. So there's a whole rack here. There's some more in the back. What we're going to do is starting at 8 a.m., we're going to do it exactly like we did last year for RFOs. So every other hour starting at 8, going to, like, I technically think it's 4 p.m., 5 p.m., there will be drops. So every couple hours, you'll see another batch of RFOs pop up. And at 11 a.m. Eastern and 3 p.m., we will be doing live streams, kind of like this, but for an hour long. David will be here.
Willow
will be here. And pulling stuff out, showing you guys things, answering questions. And for rare finds and oddities, for those who don't know, first of all, where did it come from? Where was the idea spawned for rare finds?
It was, well, to say, it is basically a seconds sale. It was, we were like, we have, some samples that, we don't need, and we have some things that are just sort of sitting there, and we don't like things that just sit there. And we have some, like, pieces that have a damage or a this or a stain on it that we can't get rid of. And they just don't, like, some of those don't quite meet our, like, quality assurance levels that we would like to be. So, but they're still perfectly wearable.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of at odds with, like, how we view Volante design quality and how we as people, like, value like slow fashion and like not wastefulness and like that kind of stuff. It's just like, if it exists and it's a piece of clothing, somebody should be wearing this thing.
Yeah.
And so it was an opportunity for us to do. Rare finds are usually prototypes or tested colorways or something like that is unique, and oddities is what we call seconds, because seconds just doesn't feel like the right thing.
Yeah.
There are oddities to them. Like there was I think a Rook one year that had an extra row or an extra button.
Yeah, that was
last
just
year.
this past. Yeah. Which literally the jacket was perfect, and some people wanted an extra button, so like it might have been even more perfect, and it just.
Yeah,
it's not,
but it had four buttons as opposed to the 3 that it's supposed to have. So that was an oddity.
Yeah.
It's a second technically because it doesn't meet QC, but it's really just an oddity. So that's where that came from.
And some of them, like going through the rack, which we can pull some off and show some. Some of the oddities are also like a tiny stain that you would literally never see, or maybe it's like a little hole somewhere, and it's just something that, like you said, it's not going to be in our normal production, like normal run. We will never sell anything that doesn't meet that standard. However, we can sell it at these rare find sales, kind of offer it a couple times a year for a limited time, and you get a really good deal. I don't know what the prices are going for right now, but like usually a lot lower than what our regular standard price would be.
Yeah, even like something like this, I think, as an example, this is just a 2411 hoodie, but it has the patch sewn onto it.
Yeah.
So it's not the product that we're selling on our website.
Right.
So if you already wanted a 2411 with a patch on it,
Perfect.
this is perfect.
Yeah.
I think we have a couple that are like that were just that we
for photo shoots or something. Yeah.
we sewed the Velcro on for the photo shoot, and then it became a photo shoot product, and we don't need it right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's another one I can pull without getting too crazy, because I know we need to save something for next week. This is one of them. It's a size 51 gilded carbon augment hoodie, AH4? AH4?
Yes.
I was like, wait a second. I'm trying to make sure I don't say storm, because that's not the right thing.
It's not the storm.
And I have a storm, which is why I'm like, but nothing wrong with this. Literally, it's just one of the last ones of the run. And so that's another thing that we've done as well, is because we're doing this New Game Plus sale, because we're really trying to get rid of a bunch of what's in the warehouse, things that we know are more than likely never coming back. Anything that had like 1 or 2 or like just a handful of stock left, we took it down from the main website, and it is now in RFOs. So last chance kind of sale, it'll be open. So we'll do that on Monday from 8 to 5, kind of releasing more batches. At like 4 or 5 o'clock, everything that's going to be on the sale will be live, and you have until about noon, I think it's like 11 a.m. the following day, and then we will shut the vault. So really, it is a labor of love as well, because even though we are able to sell some of these products, and like David said, like kind of going with our slow fashion roots, we want to make sure that this is kind of like a little exclusive moment for people. We do it in the small batches so that people can try to jump on and grab the thing that they love first more than anyone else, and it makes it a little special in that way.
Yeah, and if we do it all at once, it means we don't have weird stragglers on the website, all year, and then we do it again in during the holiday season, and doing it in this like unified sort of focused time makes it a lot easier to say, this one, it exists. They're all listed individually. They're all listed, with their size. So even if we have a few of the same product in a bunch of different sizes, they will each have their own product listing to make it easier to find exactly your size and what you want.
Absolutely, exactly. And we will we'll be showing them off, like I said, with the 2 live streams. So I know I already kind of asked the question in Discord, but if anybody kind of has a wish list of things they want, obviously we're not adding more onto it, but may be able to sneak some extra photos or give some extra hints. Try not to spill all the beans before the event, because it is kind of like off to the races.
Yeah, exactly.
Last year we had, I know some people in the Discord were doing like not a barter system, but like I'll save this for you system, where if somebody was at work, they were like, okay, we're going to coordinate lunch breaks so that if I want this thing and this thing, if you see that, please buy it for me and I'll pay you back. It was wild. So it's kind of a community event.
Yeah, the Discord gets pretty hyped about it, and that's really fun for us.
It's so much fun. So also, if you haven't joined the Discord, do it. We're there. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Someone said they want to see the blue traffic cone.
I think we could show them the blue traffic cone. Would you like to talk about said blue traffic cone? Kage cone?
Kage cone?
Kage cone? New name.
This is a size 41. It was made as a test for a colorway. It's obviously navy blue with the orange that we used for the lunar dust. I feel like I had a name for this colorway, and I'm having a hard time remembering it. maybe it was like Lunar Shadow or something
Ooh.
like that. So it's just, the dark side of the moon, but also, something night related, but also a little bit NASA related.
Yeah. And that's literally the only one.
Yes, this is the only one. We just made it to see how it felt in this colorway and what this colorway sort of looked like.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's what I find really neat. I ran a poll. Well, the poll's still going. I did run a poll on our Discord of like what people are most excited for and looking forward to. And so far, before I looked last, the winner was one of a kinds.
Yeah.
So if you want something that literally no one else will own, can own, has owned, unless I guess they order a custom, which is a different thing, this is it. Or, that's also a great idea too, people were kind of looking at RFOs last year to shop for their custom. So in the sense of if you're a Diamond Tier loyalty member, then you get the opportunity to order one free custom with us per year. And some people are kind of shopping.
getting inspiration.
Yeah, like a Pinterest board of
Yeah.
RFOs, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, so sometimes we'll just make a product in a colorway that we intended to make, but then the fabric was out of stock, or that we are imagining for a future run. And for everybody, it's just a lot easier to sort of judge whether or not we should do that run by having an actual physical sample in hand.
Absolutely.
Like sometimes the color is a little bit, I don't know, not weird, but unusual for us.
Yeah.
And so, we can think about it and be like, yeah, that sounds like a good combination. Like technically, those are complementary colors on the color wheel, so probably it'll look good. But being able to see it is, sort of something we do. So that's why we make some of these samples.
Someone asked what size that was again?
41. I think another thing too is like sometimes people ask, "Oh, can you just make that?" And they don't realize how much effort goes into making a product.
Yeah.
And like I think that's a great part of it, where it's like designs are great in your head, but being able to like make a sample and then say, "Yep, that looks good, but let's try these colors," and then like keep making and iterating and testing to make sure that it's like the perfect fit.
The process of choosing colorways is long and challenging.
Pantones. God, Pantones.
Someone asked, any chance you'll put up one of the Doom prototypes, like the long or denim one?
Ooh.
The denim one I think is already sold.
Denim. Sorry.
And the overcoat is in my personal stash.
I was gonna say, I think you cleared out a good amount of personal stuff.
Yeah, I have a
for.
couple of giant wool coat samples. So eventually, one of those will probably end up in RFOs once I've decided which one I want to keep. But right now, I'm hoarding them.
We have David. I'm gonna spill your tea. Where David has a holding bay of things that once in a while will get purged, but they stay there, I think, until you figure out.
Yeah, until maybe the product, maybe it's just an idea, and we never did it in production, and then we finally put something similar into production, and then I feel like that has been fulfilled, and I don't need to keep the sample anymore.
Check it off, and yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, but until then, it's mine.
That's also like the thing of creator. I know when I started like doing certain paintings and things, I was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this to sell." Oh, but I like it.
Yeah, you can't sell that.
No, I
made
need to
that.
keep it. It's mine. Yep. And the one I was gonna pull out too is a perfect example of what we were talking about, the oddities. This is the Son of Sparta and Mercenary, size 39M, additional shoulder snap. That's it.
No, it's got three.
It's got three.
Does it have three on both sides?
Oh yeah.
Weird.
2 on the back though.
Cool.
So literally, I don't know what the price on this will be. You will probably pay less for this than the ones in our regular inventory because of a tiny...
One little mistake.
One little, happy little accident.
And I have to imagine, like they all have, they're just... It's cool.
Oh yeah, they're not attached.
They're not, so the top one is not attached.
The top one is not attached.
But that doesn't matter because the other two are. So you will never see that there is no stud for the third one.
Exactly. Like literally there's nothing wrong with this jacket besides just a happy little accident.
Yeah. I kind of like it with 3. It's more work than it needs to be.
Do you want to put this in rotation? Okay.
I don't need that. I have to be very careful about which ones I put into my hoard. They get.
Or else Willow will purge.
The heavier that rack gets, the more in danger I am of being purged by external forces.
Being Willow. She is the tsunami sea.
Yeah, she can see that there's too much.
We're just gonna see you start hiding things in random sections of the office. Hold this in your desk. I'll be back. But yeah, so that's coming Monday.
Holding it up really tight and shoving it in corners.
Why is there a bunch of luggage in this closet? Don't worry about it. But yeah, so a lot of great things going on. To recap, Admiral is out. Sizes are already being sold out, so get it while you can. New Game Plus sale is going on for the next few months, so really you have time with that, but you don't, because once those things are gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
Anything on the sale.
A lot of the things that are on sale already have low stock to begin with.
Yes. Yep.
So, and the discount obviously makes things move faster. So if you wanted it and it's in your size right now, this is an opportunity. This weekend is a particularly good opportunity because of our gift card sale. And anyone who purchases, it'll be aggregate. You don't necessarily have to spend $1,000 in one purchase.
I think it's a one purchase thing.
Yeah,
and we can, if for some reason, I will say, if for some reason you made 2 purchases of $500 or something of that sort, email us, email customer service. We'll know right away if it was a $1,000 order.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't and you want them combined or you're worried, just send customer service an email. Yeah. And yeah, you get $100 Monday. The gift cards will be going out. And that can be ready just in time for RFOs.
Cool.
And RFO is Monday.
That's the last part of this live stream. Is RFO is on Monday.
That's it. That's all she wrote. And PAX next month, 2 weeks. Ooh.
Next month. That makes it sound like it's so far away.
It's 2 weeks. I'm scared already. So yeah, we got a lot of good things. If that's it, I think it's time to sign off. So thank you, everyone. We will see you Monday for our phones.
One last question.
Oh!
When are the Kenways shipping?
Ooh.
Okay, so the Kenways are in quality control right now. I don't think they're shipping today, and Monday's going to be kind of weird. Maybe some of them will ship on Monday, but they'll definitely start shipping early next week.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yep, and those, of course, we have to quality control them. We just have to make sure everything's perfect.
Yeah, David's over there meticulously checking over every button.
Brave
and
soul.
on the Kenway especially, that is a long process.
A lot of buttons.
Yeah. Cool.
Sweet.
Thank
you,
you all.
everybody.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.